Well, let's continue with our look into what Marjo Gortner once called hell with the lid off. I'd like to deal with a couple of burning questions about hell. One of them is the question of whether anybody asks to go to hell, right? Sometimes when people say, how can God possibly justify sending anybody to an eternal pit of torment no matter what they've done? The answer comes back, well, he doesn't send them. They ask for hell. You got to be kidding me. Right? This is like saying a murderer committed a murder in order to go to the chair, right? That never happens. This is just a cheap attempt to get God off the hook to avoid the obviously incriminating uh, bite of this doctrine. It's not one anybody can hold with a good conscience, much less God, and so they do what they can to get him and themselves off the hook. Um, is hell a deterrent? Well, you might think so, but of course, if you look at death row and take a survey, I think you will find there are very few agnostics, atheists, and universalists there. Almost everybody there will be religious believers, and most of them probably do believe in hell. It hasn't stopped them, even if they thought they'd go there when they did what they did. It's not like saying that belief is going to make you more likely to commit a murder, of course not. But the belief in hell just doesn't seem to stop anybody. Um, well, if you go there, what can you expect? What's the temperature going to be like? You might want to check the weather right before you shuffle off this mortal coil. Is hell hot as we usually think? Well, yeah, the Bible depicts it that way a couple of times. In Revelation, it's the lake of fire. In Matthew 25, it's the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. But there might be other options as well. We're told that the Vikings had a hell called Nastron, the hell of eternal cold that is, and those who go there will weep and grind their teeth, to borrow a phrase from Matthew, which he has people thrown into the outer darkness where they weep and grind their teeth, or chatter their teeth, you could translate. But generally, the biblical hell is hot. But Buddhism has a much bigger menu of hells, and you might want to know this if you're thinking of converting to Buddhism. I think to get the full effect, to not just leave it as a generalizing summary, though really that's what I'm going to do anyway, I need to go over with you the full range of hells to which you and I might be consigned, and not being Buddhists, there's a pretty good chance of that. There are 8 hot hells, and each has 4 antechambers, hells in their own right, and each of those has many, many subcompartments. I suggest we take a closer look at these hells. First, there is the reanimation hell, where after getting torn apart, your members are joined together again for another go at it. And this goes on and on and on, incalculably long. But there are these sub hells. There's the sewage hell, the sword circle hell, which has hell spark cluster bombs. There's the cooking pot hell, the hell of many pains, where you pretty much take whatever it was you dished out to others in life. There's the smothering darkness hell, better bring a flashlight. There's the torment by cries of fowls hell, the over the cliff hell, the disease hell, which sounds like a lot of fun, the pressing between pairs of iron slabs hell. How about the evil stick hell? To tell you the truth, I don't even really want to think about that one. There's the black weasel hell, the spinning hell, the hell of complete pain, no halfway measures there, the red lotus hell, the pond hell, the hell of torments received in the air. Oh, well, another compartment would be the black line hell, where your body is marked with dotted lines, and then red hot saws begin to cut along them. And beneath this, you've got the screaming hell where no one hears, the eye-plucking hell, always fun, the fearful vulture hell, and then another compartment, the squeezing and grinding or crowded hell. I don't want to go there if you're an agoraphobe. And then within that, of course, there are the stabbing, cooking, boiling hell, the shredding hell, the vein-cutting hell, the hell of evil sights, the frustrated bestiality hell where you just can't get a date. There's the fiery rapist gay hell. You got me. The hell of enduring pain, the insect hell, the Tantalus hell, as I paraphrase it, where just like old Tantalus in Greek mythology, you're hungry and thirsty, and the goodies are forever out of reach. Sort of like being on a diet. The hell of burning tears, the hell where all organs are destroyed, hell of no other shore, the deadly lotus pond hell, the molten copper hell, the fire jar hell, the hell of fiery iron powder. Well, would you prefer the screaming hell? Now that's got a lot of interesting departments. The great howling hell, the hell filled with voices, the burning hair hell, the fire insect hell. I guess a regular insect hell wasn't bad enough. The burning steel pestle hell, the twin flame of burning stones hell, the slaughtering hell, the field of steel trees, the hell of complete darkness, the field of Yama Ruja, Yama being the king of the dead. This is where demons burn you head to foot. The sword forest, the large sword forest, the plantain smoke forest, the forest of burning smoke, the burning cloud mist hell, the random demonic harassment hell where I guess anything goes. I guess you'd be doing a lot of screaming there, but you wouldn't be yet in the great screaming hell. But if you were, you get simmered in molten lead. And in that category, you got the ever popular roaring hell, the hell of infinite numbers of pains, the hell of unbearable pain, the hell of hatred, the hell of total darkness, the dark smoke hell. You can kind of see they're running out of ideas here. The hell where sinners drop like flies, the dismemberment by burning in blue lotus flames hell. The rolling hell where you're hindered from protecting loved ones in danger. The hell of vain desires, the twin suffering hell, the hell where enemies clip off your flesh and force you to eat it, which sounds like a winner for the Food Network, if you ask me. The hell of diamond-beaked birds, the flaming hair hell, the stabbing pain hell, the hell of limitless pain, the hell where blood and bones are consumed, the hell of 11 flames, and maybe you'd rather go to the red hot hell, which has within it the fire 16 times as hot as any other hell, the paradise mirage charcoal pit hell, the circling dragon hell, the molten copper, iron fish, and diamond-beaked worms hell, the iron cauldron hell, the floating in a river of blood hell, the bone-eating insect hell, the seeing loved ones cooked hell, the endless submersion hell for you Baptists, lotus with diamond thorns hell, dangerous cliff hell, diamond bone hell, black line hell, crocodile hell, dark firewind hell, diamond beak hornet hell, And then you guessed it. Next, the big category is the white hot hell, within which one will find the hell burning in all directions, the fearful hell of large roaring bodies, the burning hell of string like worms, the fire rain hell where diamond sand grinds the flesh from the body, the place of internal boiling, the shouting hell, the demonic skin peeling hell, the hell of raining iron spikes. Better bring an umbrella. The hell of marrow sucking worms, the flesh scraping hell, the flaming arrow and diamond sword net hell, the cooking pot hell, the thousand headed dragon hell. Sounds like a Godzilla movie to me. Cooking and pulverizing hell, hell of spinning trees and molten pewter. But if that's not your style, how about going to the relentless hell, which has these subcompartments? The bird mouth hell. This is about 100 times the pain of the previous hells. Your mouth is ripped away just as a hunter tears away the bird's beak. Your mouth grows back and is ripped away again repeatedly. Yeah. The hell where everything faces the ground. Forgive me, the genital torture hell. The hell of roaring beasts. The hell of being devoured by iron beasts. The hell of black bile. The ocean of corpses hell. The nightmare hell, as if all of them aren't. The hell of crushing beneath the root of a burning tree. The hell of crushing by mountains. The hell of dropping by a giant bird. The hell of sparks. The hell of blinding by molten copper or hot sand, depending on which one's the hell torment of the day, du jour. Right? The hell of stench, the hell of iron plates, the hell of 11 flames. But I promised you some cold hells. Better bring your long johns. Here you've got the chapping hell, where you're repeatedly dipped into freezing water. You got the popped blister hell, the inarticulate cry hell, the paralyzed tongue hell, the teeth gnashing hell, the blue flower sores hell, the inflamed sores hell, and of course the flesh-dropping frostbite hell. Now, besides these, there are some 84,000 local hells on Earth, located in remote spots, lakes, mountains, etc., perhaps certain fast food joints. And then there's a kind of no man's land hell of rotting corpses and sewage that you have to pick your way through in case you get done with your stay in one of the other hells, and now you got a chance to get out, but you got to cross this awful wasteland without a map or a GPS. I guess I just point this out partly to give you an idea of the fiendish imagination that stokes the threats of hell, and to have equal opportunity criticism of religion, because Buddhism often gets a pass as being much more gentle than Christianity. I'm not so sure of that. Now let's talk about what I like to call the Holocaust. If you believe the Orthodox Christian doctrine of hell and who it is who's destined to go there, I've got to ask you to own up to the sobering implications of this thing that you believe. Picture the scene, won't you? God, supposedly the merciful father of the human race, is planning to exile millions of souls to eternal torture. Why? Well, because they failed to embrace a particular religious creed. Don't think I'm caricaturing it. One often hears that it's not shoplifting or genocide that sends anybody to hell, but failure to accept Christ as the Savior. In fact, the Southern Baptist Convention once figured out how many Americans, state by state, are headed for hell. Just simple demographics or demon graphics. They just looked at religious preference cards, county by county, town by town, and of course, if you're an evangelical, chances are you're going to heaven. If you're not, you going to fry? And so they use this to target people for evangelism. Now, why do they deserve hell? Well, they didn't get on your particular bandwagon, I'm afraid. That's bad enough. What sort of a God do you suppose could even consider torturing people for an eternity? What cruelty, what sadism? The smoke of their torment goes up forever and ever, and they have no rest day and night. That's how the book of Revelation puts it. Is that what you believe? Because the God that would engineer such a thing would be a devil, and those who worship him would kind of be diabolists. I kind of doubt that too many people that say they believe in hell have really ever contemplated it much. If they had, they might take seriously what Alan Watts, an Episcopal priest who turned Zen Buddhist, said. He said, "It's quite obvious to the canny observer that most Christians, including clergy and devout laity, do not believe in Christianity. If they